Welcome to the Comicstorian channel, where we take some of your favorite comic books, video games, and movies, and we break down the storylines within, explaining your favorite pop culture universe. We turn the narrative and the lore into an audio drama, allowing you to get some entertainment while learning about your favorite universe. Today, we're going to be covering the storyline of Damnation, a series that was presented in Marvel sometime in 2018. This storyline is going to bring together some of your favorite characters on the fringe of Marvel, from Ghost Rider to Damian Hellstrom to Blade to Moon Knight to Doctor Strange. It is a Doctor Strange central storyline, but you'll see quickly that many other characters are very important to this plot. Now, with this being the first episode of Damnation, there isn't much of a recap to do for you. So, I hope you enjoy the storyline of Doctor Strange Damnation. Also, if you enjoy video games and want to see me and the team discussing various things in the video game industry, or playing various games, join us at our YouTube channel, Eligible Monster. The link will be down below. Anyway, let's begin Doctor Strange Damnation. There was a war. One where the world saw the destruction of Las Vegas and many of those who lived there. The entire city was claimed by fire and wiped clean from the face of the earth, all because they weren't strong enough. All the heroes could do was promise to everyone that they would never fail them like that again. However, there was one man who recently had an expansion of potential, all thanks to an encounter from the would-be replacement Sorcerer Supreme. Doctor Strange floats down, touching the dirt where the city once stood, focusing all his power into one spell. He picks up some dirt, and once he's ready, he lets go, releasing all of his power. It was as if the hands of time started to turn back, pieces of a ruined city slowly being put back together. And once it was done, Las Vegas was restored, renewed, resurrected. As Strange tried to catch his breath from such a powerful spell, Hawkeye asks what the hell did he just do? Strange tells him, "You may call yourselves Avengers, but at some point you have to live up to that name. This is your job." The mighty Thor then asks, "But raising a city back from the dead? That is a powerful magic. You of all people know that it will come with a cost." And Strange says, "Indeed it does. But whatever the cost may be, look what it paid for." From one of the restored buildings, a woman walks out, and from the crowd, her son runs over, hugging his newly returned mother. The people are healed, given back the things that were once lost, and this is what they do as heroes. This is the world, they. But before Strange could finish his thought, there's a rumble, and something hellish pushes its way up through the ground, knocking everyone back down. And that's when Strange sees it, a strange demonic obelisk in the middle of the street. A ghastly voice calls out, "Welcome, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to something truly monumental, historically momentous, the grandest of all grand openings. Welcome to the Hotel Inferno." A VIP ticket blows through the air and Strange picks it up. Falcon asks, what did he just do? "Let me handle this." He sets off, walking into the hotel, but as soon as he does, the doors shut behind him, meaning that whatever he's facing, he is facing alone. He looks around, seeing slot machines as far as the eye can see, and when he asks a waitress where he can find the owner, a bouncer steps in, asking, "Is this guy bothering you?" The demon bouncer grabs Strange, and Strange says, "Wait, I recognize you. Osmodeus. If you're here, that means..." But just then a voice tells Strange, "It is such an honor to have a celebrity endorsement." Strange stares at the man in the red suit, simply stating, "Mephisto." Strange prepares to cast a spell, but Mephisto tells him, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! You misunderstand the situation here. I had no part of this. In fact, I'm the victim. The Dark Lord Mephisto has been wronged. Here, see for yourself, Strange." Suddenly, everything begins to change, and Strange finds himself sitting with Mephisto in a movie theater. The lights beginning to dim as the movie begins to play out. Mephisto explains that he was just on his throne minding his own business, even though things in hell had gotten a little stale. But a deal's a deal, and somebody's gotta punish all the wicked. However, that's when the most wicked place of all suddenly dropped in my lap. With all these new souls, I needed a new way to entertain them. And that's when the Hotel Inferno was made. That's when everything changed. Our newly claimed property was taken from us and put here on Earth. Earth! This place is so full of cheap trash. It's so beneath one such as me. That's not even the worst part. It's these people. The scene changes again, and while Strange is sitting at a desk, Mephisto looks out onto the city, stating, "Maybe it's not so bad. Maybe I could learn to embrace its potential. A lot of room for growth, especially in my line of work." Mephisto then leads Strange into the vault, telling him, "I can't say it hasn't been good. Not once you sit on a fortune like this." Strange looks around at all the stacks of money and gold, and as he picks up one of the gold bars, he realizes that this money is made from the souls of the damned. He says that he's locking away mortal souls in this vault, and Mephisto asks, "Did you not see my card? It's kind of what I do. But the thing is, these folks are more than deserving of a little fire and brimstone. Well, mostly deserving. It's all subjective, really." Strange then says, "Whatever you're doing, it stops now. It's time for you to crawl back to your kingdom," and Mephisto shouts, asking, "Did you not just hear? You are in my kingdom!" The scenery changes once more, and now they are on a stage, with Mephisto yelling, "Sin! It doesn't take much. In all your natural conditions, humans want to rip each other apart. They want to see blood. You are here to give them that." Strange tells him, "No, you're wrong. There are plenty of good people out there who won't buy what you're selling. There will always be heroes." And Mephisto says, "Perhaps you'd like to make a friendly wager on that. Come on, the soul of the Sorcerer Supreme would be some serious bragging rights down here." Strange then asks, "And what if I was to win?" Mephisto goes on, "All of this goes away, and I go back to my realm." Strange tells him, "That also means that you'll free the souls in the vault?" And Mephisto coyly tells him, "Fine." Strange pauses for a moment and then says, "Okay, I'm in." A blackjack table appears to pop out of the ground, with Mephisto stating, "Wonderful! Let's deal. How about we wager the souls of your hero friends outside?" A few moments pass when suddenly Thor, Falcon, Hawkeye, Black Panther, and Captain Marvel begin screaming as their bodies heat up. Mephisto smiles, asking, "What is it they always say? Oh yes, the house always wins. It's about time we had some new Ghost Riders." Later that night, at the home of Strange's friend Wong, he's watching TV when he hears a scratch coming from the door. The scratching gets louder, so Wong sighs, getting up to open the door. He looks down to see the ghost of a dog, and Wong tells him that he's allergic, and slams the door shut. The dog walks through the door, stating, "Well, that was kind of rude." Wong walks away, stating, "So is scratching at the door of the House of Wong, ghost dog." The dog says, "My name is Bats, by the way. I've heard a lot about you. You may not know who I am, but we have a friend in common. The doc needs your help." Wong spins around yelling, "Steven has made it perfectly clear that my counsel is no longer something he values. Now, if you'll excuse me," and Bats tells him, Yeah, bad blood, I get it. But it's not just the doc who's in trouble, it's Vegas. Something is happening in Vegas." Wong looks down at the cauldron, watching the events of Las Vegas being destroyed and then resurrected, all at the hands of Dr. Strange. He grumbles, stating, "Unbelievable, the arrogance, the hubris. It's," and Bats asks, "Pretty typical for him, huh? I tried to warn the doc, but nobody really listens to someone who poops on your lawn." Wong sighs, stating, "The Dark Lord and his army are a powerful one. They're going to need the help of those who have faced this kind before." And Bats asks, "Ooh, are you going to get the Hulk? That would be cool." And Wong tells him, "No. We're in need of the Hunter, the Knight, the Slayer, the Order, the Fist. And to lead the way, the Rider." Just moments prior to all of that at the dealer's table, though, Dr. Strange sits down, stating, "Let's talk this over." And Mephisto asks, "What's the matter? You don't like the odds?" And Strange tells him, "No, those I actually like. So why don't you do me a favor and stuff the Brimstone Act in your back pocket and hit me?" One of the demons standing around the table punches Strange in the face, and Strange rubs his mouth, stating, "Right, not that kind of hit." Mephisto deals 2 cards, and as the demons on the cards scream, "Death, death, hate!" Mephisto asks, "You played Brimstone Blackjack before, right?" Strange watches as one of the cards tries to slither away, and as another demon stabs it to stop it, Strange tells him, "Of course I have, it's just been quite some time. Just, give me another card." Mephisto plays the next card, stating, "You know, I heard that Loki played you like a fiddle. Don't worry, we've all been there." Strange tells him, "You heard wrong." So Mephisto asks, "Really? Damn, my lady friend was pretty sure about that. Oh well." And it is at this moment that things begin to go south, because this is where he got mad. And when he gets mad, he tends to do things a bit out of character. Strange asks, "Excuse me?" Mephisto laughs. "Don't be so surprised. Most people you hang around with end up with me. You should know that by now. But yeah, my lady friend. Pretty little thing, by the way. She told me everything. From empirical, not being the man that he used to be. Awful, just awful if you ask." Mephisto draws the fourth, and he places it down, and he looks at it, stating, "You won?" Strange gets up, fixing his cloak, telling him, "I expect you to keep your end of the deal to return to your realm immediately. And all that nonsense about your lady friend, do try harder to shake me next time. It was pretty insulting. If you knew anything about me, you would know that I don't have any friends. Not anymore. Now get the hell out of Vegas." As Strange walks the card on the table, begins to scream, "Cheetah! Cheetah! That dude's a cheetah! I wasn't supposed to be next in the deck!" All the demons get up and they all surround Strange, and he sighs. "Ah, well. I did in fact cheat, but you weren't supposed to know that." He then begins to cast the bolts of Balthak, followed by the flames of Faltine. Mephisto laughs, telling him, "I know a spell that works too. By the hairy fists of Justin." Strange asks, "What?" And then Justin the demon punches Strange with his massive fist. After being beaten and tied up, Strange asks, "What's next? Are you going to break my hands?" "Been there." Mephisto tells him, "Oh no, I've got something much better." And that's when Ghost Rider Thor walks in. Thor's hammer glows with fire, and then she swings, hitting Strange in the legs, shattering his bones. Meanwhile, over at the bar, Wong sits with his drink, and Bats tells him, "As much as I love spending time in countries that all the dogs are able to sit at the bar, why am I sitting at the bar?" And Wong tells him, "You told me that you would help Steven, even if I preferred you didn't. But Mephisto is a powerful enemy, and we need powerful allies." Just then there's a crash as a man is thrown across the bar, and Bats says, "Ooh, I'm betting that has something to do with it." Moments later, Blade runs through, killing the vampire soccer fanatics. He looks at Wong, telling him, "The fact that you and the dog aren't drinking blood must mean that there's a job." Later, in the misty mountains of Wundagore, Wong looks up at the giant beast, stating that he understands how important their work is, and he hates to be the one to intrude. The giant beast before him roars, and Bats tells him, "I really can't argue with that. There are these demons, and..." But just then the monster is shot, and a woman walks out asking, "Did you say demons? Well, don't worry, Elsa Bloodstone's going to fix them up," right after a long, hot shower. Meanwhile, over in New York, Wong tells Iron Fist that there's something happening in Las Vegas. Steven has, and Iron Fist stops him. "You know, I do watch the news. It's the devil thing, right? Let's do it." Later on the rooftops, Moon Knight tells them, "Sorry, but I got other things to attend to. I'm out. But good news, gentlemen, I'm in." After that, Wong and Bats head to Florida, just outside of Citrusville, to recruit Dr. Voodoo and Man-Thing. Wong asks, didn't Man-Thing learn to speak? And Voodoo tells him that he has since lost the ability to talk, though they can still communicate through nature. Wong then asks, what is Man-Thing stating now? And Voodoo says, Man-Thing would like your dog to stop urinating on his leg. And Bats yells, I can't help it! It's instinct! Finally, at a gas station in the middle of nowhere, a man sets his drink on the counter. I'm gonna need this, 26 on 12 and 2 on the scratchers. As Johnny Blaze walks out of the store, he says, no. And Wong tells him, we need your help. And Johnny says, you always do. But about 50 miles out, there's a little girl buried in an unmarked grave. Nobody helped her. So now, she gets vengeance instead. Wong tells him, look, Stephen Strange, but Johnny stops him again, stating, he's due for an ass kicking. Maybe if you stopped posting his bail, he would stop getting out of trouble. Wong tells him, I would agree with that, but this is something different. Johnny follows up. That's right. Them hoary hosts of Hogwarts finally get sick of hearing him take their name in vain. Johnny gets on his bike, and as he starts to take off, Wong tells him, it's Mephisto! He's come to Earth and brought hell with him. Later that night, in a destroyed building, the one that was once known as the Sanctum Sanctorum, Wong sits everyone down, stating that he would like to thank them for joining him. He's gonna be blunt. Not all of them are gonna make it back from this one. Bats chews on a Spider-Man plush, stating, not with that attitude you aren't! And Wong continues on telling everyone, if you would, open the folders in front of you. As you all know, Steven attempted to resurrect Lost Vegas. In doing so, he summoned Mephisto into our realm. Since then, Mephisto's influence has started to spread. Any minor sin or infraction has resulted in the individual forfeiting their soul. As several members of the Avengers, namely Black Panther, Captain Marvel, Hawkeye, Falcon, and Thor, can sadly attest to. All of them were chosen for a reason. They are, well, either dead, damned, or carrying darkness within them. None of them are without sin. You were all chosen because you are the only hope that we have to fight Mephisto without adding to his ranks. So if anyone has any last-minute objections or wants to leave, this is your chance. Your specific objectives are in your folders. We leave in 30. Voodoo raises his hand and says that Man-Thing cannot read. Perhaps I could read the plan aloud to him. Wong says the plan is simple. You will keep all the Ghost Rider Avengers away while Bats and myself break in to get Steven out. We must be careful with the citizens. They are likely demonized at this point, so hurt them if you must, but do not kill them. That means you, Moon Knight. Once everyone's ready to go, Wong leads everyone into Las Vegas, and just as the fight begins, Blade is quickly knocked out. Everyone readies themselves to figure out what just happened, but as Blade is screaming in pain, they all see Thor's hammer sitting on Blade's chest. As the mages try to figure out a way to remove the hammer, Elsa Bloodstone tells everyone, "It looks like our problems are about to go from bad to worse." The Ghost Rider Avengers all begin to charge in, but Moon Knight stops and asks, "Am I crazy or is it raining fire?" Everyone looks up into the sky to see hundreds of flaming arrows, and Voodoo quickly puts up his shield, telling everyone to get behind him. As some of the arrows begin to hit people, Voodoo says that they're gonna have to retreat for now. Just then, a cement truck is thrown into the Ghost Avengers. And Wong says who would be mad enough to do, but Scarlet Spider comes swinging in telling everyone, "Hey, come on! That's not gonna keep him down for very long, but you're gonna be safe with me." Everyone looks at Scarlet Spider and he asks, "What? I live here." And Bats yells, "We can't leave yet. Blade's down with that hammer burning a hole in his chest." And Wong says, "I know, but we're not here for Blade. We're here for..." There's another blast separating Wong and a voice telling them, "It's very nice of you to come. Welcome to hell, old friend." Wong looks back to see a Ghost Rider Doctor Strange asking, "Steven?" And there you have it, Chapter 1 of our Damnation coverage. Now, if you want more Damnation, we're gonna need to know. Because the way YouTube works is in order for this video to be recommended to individuals so that we know that people want to see it, is you have to give us comments down below. So tell me, Benny, I want to see more of the insane amount of Ghost Riders. I want to see more Damnation. You can also follow me on Twitter at Comicstorian. If you go there, we'll chat about whatever you want, including who your favorite Ghost Rider is. And don't forget, if you want to see our opinions on various video games, you can find us over at youtube.com/eligiblemonster. I'll see you next time right here, dear Comicstorian Army.